na busia enya sem ketwa ne nyina ekokosi se eye ensem a ye tete e wo social media no se Honorable Kennedy akompre kwa Agyapong sabrede ya te party fufuro e de amano no party no emu echitai for na sabre o matesi mbontin so muchim se wo mo e pa party ne hontuma mono cheawo a party no edin de eye the base na the base party ya tete ho nsem bebre na no ada ye te se na ejako estisi mbontin so ne ade but ene launch no e de nipa kuku damn a whole lot of people akopie mu e wo sekewa enya asem ketwa now yenko hwe video we efa ahoboa na manfo boaboa wo ho e wo sekewa wo mo ede nante akopie mu the newly built headquarters for the base amanyuku ne ba ye beto aso de amamu. Second mountain so ene yekwhwe video we na chese otimu se the base wo mani abrepa se 2028 wo mo ekwa akogina na nipa wo mu di ne ekogina no Honorable Kennedy Agyapong na yedwedwe mu no na chese amanfo twemu aken na akote party ne foforo ne ade at the ceremony the official lunch the base movement no and ababeto just said the founder of the base movement no Dr. George Otibonsu na o share papa on that screen so a wono wasem ene ka ahwefo be kaya some months ago we ye interview ni ade ka say Kennedy Agyapong ka ne ho no mote party ni ade Honorable Ken be di banki ye say nye no kre but ene ye hwe de ekoso and the official lunch t-shirt people on the streets ni ade na come say I no kre say the base movement no ababa betina now yenko tie ensemo a betoja about the founder of the base movement ayati asese no omo nso a kire se wo mo aba no mo aba isan say they happen to be the third force wo mo eba beboa the Ghana politics now yenti ensem we embra
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the founder, the original, the real man, Dr. Otibonsu. Dr. Otibonsu, the founder of the base, the one and only. When no one could stand, he stood firm and ensured that Ghana will benefit from the vision of Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. The base! The base!
Abusia despite the na yet teni ade say party no the base amanyuku no Honorable Ken Ohini Agyapong na ne dia no video yekwhye no mu said the founder we nipa sebe wotena se dwen ho share say we see ye amanyuku foforo eba no Dr. George Oti Bonsu wono na nifo need that screens no so nto wono so ekopie mu launch no ase ana chese otimu se enibre aba omaba no omaba say omobema NPP ni NDC ehwa ye mobo ewo krodwem ni nyina mu no amanfo binum a wo mo decide say ompese wo mo support Dr. Oti Bonsu ni mission we no of establishing the base movement in the honor, and I say in the name of Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. No de atodwa say at this point in the day, e was a Ghana for nyina titire ni mabunu no wo mu twa NPP ni NDC ebo na wo mo be join the base party because it is solely for Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. Enti say ope Kennedy Agyapong asem na ope se Kennedy ebe bua magana ekonenim fa ntoma pe Friday, then you have to join the base. Yenti nsem mo de tuja
ti se na mahu sa ayiwe ya ye tiri mo pa ne se ye de kofa ye wura akompreku Agyapong edi na free NPP mu enti ya ti the base queens samu ni mo ba ya asantoa na ba kwasem no enti ene no the base queens no e kofa ye wura ayi Kennedy Agyapong edi na beto the base ano ami aje o man Ghana so enti youth no mo sori waka na ye nyina ye nyi o man ni so se wo ye NDC ni na wo sa NDC na ye youth abra wo ye NPP na se wo ye youth na wo ni adwuma ye na wo twa abra na fa odo bebodom ni nyina ye nyi o man ni so ena se mahu ye fe ni sei Burkina abrantie ketua bi nka ya to abama na nka ye beka se ye ntoma no obaada be wo sa ena mahu ni ama wo ye fachi sa wo biebie wo ni mamu ena wo se mu obi amefa bibi mfiri ni mamu na ni man no wo so de kyekere enti sa wo ba ni ye nyina be ye baako ni aje o man si ho a ye wura kompreko wo se wo de 5 regions ebeje o man Ghana si wo eniama wo kyerɛkyerɛ no ya gidi se ye kofa ne ba no be ya Ghana betumpo nti wo bia nsɔre waka ni nyina ya nto aba emfanyi sa two parties na ye se yentimi nyi wo mu mfiri ho sa ne mi ya adwo dia ye betimi ayedai ayi wo mafiwa
abusianfo enipa binum a wo mukopie mu wo launch no ase no ene wo mu chem se pa de se Ghana ye best hun sakraye no, it is the base because Kennedy a man of promise. Kennedy obi asebe wo betimi ama Ghana akonanim, and so all Ghanaians obi a supported the base NPP o NDC o forget say two parties no na bra baby a Kennedy home pampan ewo the base no ho na sebe omunyina epese omudi omani kire ni nyina mu no Dr. Otibonsu wakasa dwumedi na se now it looks like there is a confusion koso say binu chema the base no Ejako dia ebisu chema the base no omunyina ye baako Ejako Otibonsu omunyina ye baako. Now to clear the air no Dr. George Otibonsu wakasa dia fanwa wo chem say the base movement the base Ghana first no, there is something about it wakle no on it yenkotie said Dr. Otibonsu wodin same way tuja
you trust I will say the achia yeah can you say bomo say you the base I hope base 98 you the base Dansuma you the base Tesano you the base Adodri you the base Asante Region you the base I hope P it is a mo say obi at the base you will say the base in front of Ghana first there Mama Makumantu, obi aham, or yet one of the best movement.com. So Mama or to the base. You will the base Adenta, but the base Ashama, you the base Ashama. I don't know be active, of the base Ghana first there. No money ham, uno ham. Baby I kono kwa na omu nyina omu ka omu no omu nyina be di achi the best movement into movement no come to wa bia okofia obetima to the base ni kwa also the added dom upgrade the base movement no eno kwa dey here tumi semo ya masa e be konto kwa yo man ni da so mususumu yo man ni da so mo man nyina nkambo na yankonko ye ni na de ehwe bia na nyame de beba ye ama ye good leader ama ye nyina nyaduma ye me be si ha ada mpanyfo a
Dr. George Otibonsu ena watchum say the base no won watete ne nketen ewo miamia e bebre Into amount for Unkosonte said I may mobilize a lot of people now or more about supported the base movement and honorable Kennedy Agyapong who don't know Amanyokono etimi ayekese now launch na ekoso no eniema bebre akoso ase ebusia utimu say ye che aduane ma omo na ebinumu ku t-shirt ho is a whole lot of issue akoso e wo launch na say amanfo chemse na say wo hwe nipa dodo a e fom t-shirt ni de ade ana ebinumu che say we ye hu bida sa na no adam monten so no obi kwaje NDC for t-shirt ewi ase no or support NPP obi kwaje Bawumia t-shirt ewi ase no or support NDC so these are not new but eniema bebre akoso e wo launch no ase a yebekọ na yakohwe ebie ye ba yatoa ensem no so e de amamu
You don't take carry rubber. You have to check. You got cocoa rubber.
Yo, come black.
Enjoy me. I will give you the way. Enjoy it. Yeah, we'll enjoy the cocoa. I will enjoy it. You go on. Nice.
The base, Ghana first. The base, jobs for the youth. The base, power. Ghana for the base, any dear bay. The base, Yura George Otibonsu. Anna, Okaka, Ghana for Nina Boom. Yaya hine for a beef free NPP, a beef free NDC, a beef free baby. I had the best young poor beer. Obia, I want to say, the best. Young Kofa or compare ku Agyapong and Fanny Medic Amaya Ghana president no as I saw back at the base ho and Tiara George Otibonsu Bama Baprekope one na what chant messinibo said the farm for the panel as I say yama the farm for the pen a farm for say omo dear Ghana president omo no bia say honorable a compare ku Agyapong and Tiara the base no ya boa ye ho Honorable a compare ko be ma ba so one pow ya kire ne force ya be ko ni fie ya de samammo e be ko ni fie ni akwache no de na si apokam ya de na bedi Ghana president enti the base no ya botaye nyina ne se de afam for ne pe no ene ye be ya den ama wo mu me ye the base babies mommy the best babies and adwuma dia ye bedi ye ne ye be serve bibia kopim say no nsia bebo aye bepo nti the base job for the youth your friend me message Joanna Kwana Dubuama me ya Ashanti regional executive treasurer
What you say? I'm the Ramata 1992 I started democracy. Okay. 1992 I started democracy. NPP NDC I'm idea swatting. This also my Ghana. Yes, I'm away. Okay. And now I'm working up so. I saw President Tosi Baba Ghana. Not Ghana that before able to be a patrol. They want so you was as young time I was not ready. You will swear our from place. As I say young time our from place. I didn't know yet to be connected a from with swallow and copy a phone in form. No more TV and ya and Nobaya and Famaya. And now we come from place. But two nights that's all. Yes, I say it's a daddy for all with the bunch any a global number comes one. Yet Ghana, yet get 1957.2 and I done from place. Come on, says yet to be yet with entries on the sun. So who go from place? That's the one for in Tama.
Some of the scenes from the launch of the base Amanyukono was circle at the echo the original headquarters what has no and I share and I just to say Binumuchima NPP NDC they've been ruling Ghana for a very long time. Nkwesi nkoda yen share den nyamfaso bia into the best parties already and the best movement omo aba omo beboa de ama oman na konanim no the base into obi embedom the base. Now let's go and take a close view of the headquarters the base for atiamafo chemu say eni nkofo maboabo mu ho asie because o share headquarters ne say de tie ne fe ne the structure and everything na ultimu say wo mo asie so mo yesa ade we under G no enye ne nti amafo bi chemu ade we de ka kire mo say honorable Ken eni ho hwe kra wo mo gidi a enye ye yenhwe video of the headquarters no embra. So welcome to the base movement head office and as a headquarters and no na yekoko share and na chise otimu say eni braba omo aba no na omo aba wo mo eba be ye adwuma amanfo chim say honorable Kennedy Agyapong enti susu ampa say onu nso ekotietia alankwadwotwe manten anamon so akwakote a new party anana afafra ntone kra ye hu so the new force ye hu so e dey pa na the base no so e ba be ye okrodwem ha amanfo obisa ho nsem but obese time will tell emre ye ninka so emre ne betimi a kire ye say bia the base can make a difference and tisa so there ene na chese it is just an impossible mission for honorable Kennedy Agyapong ene eye na chitai efo. Now your concern for Frosto, but not a whole new issue or still on the base in Semwa air cosonom. There is a confusion as Abiaba Betoja, where the major confusion pa and a man for say Nadia Esha CNC and who confusion aban. Yes, and this confusion is between Ejako and a year Dr. George Oti Bonsu. Now, Menoka say there is a court rater fly internet no so allegedly no na che say ye chiremu one has sued the other. Why and sue why ye the corporate no eba betu screens no so e de amamu sese a na ye nyina ya hwemu na wo hwe nsem e ba na e bi che say no kre bi che say enye no kre because wo hwe the content of the corporate eda eye screens no so a na che say the plaintiff no happens to be a year the base Ghana First, which represented by the General Secretary Richard Yao Boateng, and a defendant, the base movement, no, a year George Oti Bonsu, and our chassis into Shemwa or say in the High Court of Justice to an action having been commenced against you by the issue of this writ by the above named plaintiff, the base Ghana First. You are hereby commanded that within 8 days after service of this writ, on you inclusive of the day of service, you do not cause any appearance. You do not cause any appearance to be entered for you, the base movement. And not just say rate way no every the base Ghana first. You name say Jako and promote and no and I you videos be wakejeti amontin so ne ade. Kwama the defendant happens to be the base movement. I him say Dr. George Otibonsu and the Shasi and to say dated this 19th day of April 2026, Chief Justice of Ghana, NB, this will be served within 12 calendar months from the date of issue unless it is renewed within 6 calendar months from the date of that renewal. The defendants may appear here to by filing a notice of appearance either personally or by a lawyer at form 5 at the registry of the court issue of the writ at a defendant personally may, if he desires, give notice of appearance by post. Now let's go to the statement of claim. So about the entire supposedly no and as allegedly no Ejako Ede George Otibonsu akopie court. Now we share the statement of claim. Or say the plaintiff is a company limited by guarantee registered in Ghana as the base Ghana First LBG with the object of promoting economic development in Ghana. Now, two, see the defendant is also a company limited by guarantee registered under the laws of the Ghana as the base movement. And to say, I say plaintiff no or a company ya register Ghana. Edin the base Ghana First LBG. No need the so they promote economic development Ghana. And the second one, which happens to be the defendant, and so a company I register under the laws of Ghana, the base movement. Now, also the plaintiff states that they were all members of the defendant company, but they formed the plaintiff company due to controversies and disagreements at the decision making and procedural abuse at the executive level of the defendant company. Enti omuchemwa a defendant which happens to be a Jacono echemu se na omunyina ehye the base movement nase George Otibonsu ni company nase na so menteme nwase bi ni ade anya adwuma enti omo ete omo ho yeden e free mu. Now say the plaintiff says that the chairman of the defendant company which they all are national executive members unilaterally suspended the activities of the association, suspended all the leaders, and further removed them from all official platforms of the defendant's company. Into omuchema suko drew baby no era George Otiboateng I said they were dissolving the base movement no where ye executives ni nyina free mu where you omu nyina free page no so as a hwenkoso eno ni ade see here. Now say the plaintiff says that the chairman subsequently formed a 9-member executive council which was against the approved regulations and objectives of the association. Enti edru baby no Era George afi ono nko akwakote ekuo bi a omo ye beye enkron ena omo nko afa adwene no omo ye ade a eno nso no according to the Ejako ni team no ka no omo chemu say eno nso enka nhyehyeye a wo mo hyehyeye no ehum. Now the plaintiff says that these members being aggrieved by the misconduct of the chairman who decided to make them redundant also resolved to form the plaintiff company, the base Ghana First LBG, in March 2026. And to omu chema, and some ne koso sa no omu share ye hu said the koso ndi omu ani nje won omu so omu ye omu send the so ye kote ye de na yate ye hu because say era George say on din hyehyeye ne so de a ene ye nso yate ye hu. Now oko 7th point now say the plaintiff says that their company has since spread its activities and membership across all the regions in Ghana faster than expected due to the commitment and dedication of its members. The plaintiff says it has discovered that the defendant's company is using the name the base Ghana First on their souvenirs, official items, and other materials, and boldly written at the front of their headquarters, even though the Base Ghana Fest is separate and distinct from the Base movement. Into Omuchema, womo hwe nte de niema ekono omote omhono omayire omho abodawura komonten so ne ade amomanya dom empofiri mombe hu ane se the Base movement no, which is the mother of the Base Ghana Fest no, womo shase use the Base Ghana Fest no edin no de bata omoniema hu omontade womo chese souvenirs ade bia womo de bata ho a womo ntia ase sanse the Base movement and the Base Ghana Fest no ade from two different entities. Now, say the plaintiff states that the defendant is misleading the public, followers, and potential investors of the plaintiff company with the intent of riding at the back of the plaintiff company. The defendant's company is misrepresenting to the general public that they are the plaintiff company or the plaintiff company is part of them. And to a chairman, they say, baby, a drone. Ama George Ntibonsu ne Base movement no womodi omo nyama bata Base First Ghana First ne wa omo so omo ntia because two different things wa sheda na afi wo boda ro no de omo din ni ade hyehyem se ni nyina ya ade baako na baako ne hye baako na se the Base Ghana First ne hye the Base movement mu o se enye nokre omo gitu mu a enye ye into se the plaintiff further states that unless a court of competent jurisdiction gives an order restraining the defendant company, it will keep on using the name of the plaintiff company to their detriment, thus reaping where they have not sown. Wherefore the plaintiff claims against the defendant the following reliefs: a perpetual injunction restraining the defendant from using the name the Base Ghana Fest in all its dealings with the public or third party. 2. A perpetual injunction against the defendants from using the plaintiff's logo or any other mark which is similar to that of the plaintiff. General damages for passing off, cost including legal fees. Dated on 20th day of April 2026 at Inkrabi, yes, an associate, Franco Estate Cemetery Junction, Amasaman. Accra. So ocean somewhere ekoso ne dia na chese omu kirema wo mo pese court ede ensa eto so say emma the Base movement emfa edin the Base Ghana Fest embata wo mo de ho ena afen so mo bibia wo mo beye bia emma mo fo mo din for ife mo ntwa mo hu emfiri mu ena mo logo eni bibia efa ho ne de debi enya de a wo mo be pene so ama wo mo ayuso ente say de the Base no krendru babia na entokwa jechereche ekoso woso emu no enunie na se jako echema wabre nani aboabo ankofo anu ama sese amanfo ani ba the Base Ghana Fest ni ho a the Base movement for person mo de takashi ebra ebeji edin no eboso nya de a wo mo ebete ase now ni nyina mu no asemu akotwetwe we nyina aba no the launch of the Base movement omukọ epa ho ntoma no ase beebi no mu chese ohwa omu de Ghana Fest no abata the Base movement wa yehu ewo court rate ni nyina mu ye be akọhwe video of ebra wo mo de apaso eso ade mu se ken kire se wo mo apa ekuo ne ho entama ye ba ye beto aso.
Amen.
For that was the official launch of the base movement. Say no, the charge abo say omo area, the logo, the fame, the sweats and everything of the base Ghana Fest. Ejako na wabrene nini enipa binom atisi monten so ekoko twe amanfo se omo beka wo twe amanfo adwene edisi so say omo ehiesie bibi say the ama Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. Now yenko back na yenko share video of Ejako Comerwood actor Ebram watisi monten so KJT ani ade na wo solicite say amanfo embedom the base Ghana Fest amanyuko a wo ate in the name of Kennedy Agyapong no embra. For that was Ejako na yekuhu bra na onam bontin so ni ade ade nti ochema imfifre we ya wate awia so a wonam nante bebrebe we de wompene so Emma Yera George oti bonsu ene ne nkrofo embe di embe ji omani anase embe repeat from what they never soon. Now one person na wababe kasa aggressively about this whole the base party, the base Ghana Fest, the base movement niema ho okatechie frifa wachema ye shed ye koso na NPP for ye din eno omude omunsa hye omudam refem eno omo ye Kendi oni mo hye Kendi oni mo hye o bebie bia NPP for ani so amomahu se omote ho na 6 abeda ne omo 9 all in the name of Kendi ne ho son oka ho anka ye behu so ye campaign ni bi Ken na ye nim no oka ho anka ye behu so okasa ne adade o chem se ebie sida enti se ye nim NPP for nim said the niema city a ombetoto omo niema ye no omo ye din a before they realize no eniema ebeje ensem nchiremu a okatechie frifa edema nsem we eni
bia yiniti base yo se de ben no menim se mo ye din ya mo ese ye nya owura Kennedy Agyapong ne de enti ye mua me mama abakosem kakra bi mo no amu nsua de enti mo ate 1979 obati ese Victor Usu ene Pawuli no montamtei Victor Usu na Pawuli no montamtei ayese anesi eyan kan kire on se amwa ye ku 72 na champon betna so champon eja ban mu union government ye free mu no ba ban mu 79 ye nipa wo mu di kan confront no eye Pawuli William Oforiata na ye di kan confront William Oforiata say ni Victor Usu enkwa afa biotie ni ye fe yaka bibia na wose da bi no kwa de wafa nyame nti wonko munti abakosam monhwe base nu a kan de base ne Kennedy Agyapong won na eye nyi won na eye ni ade no that time frifa mampon krobo frifa na frifa no ko up and down won na kufu ado ne nkrofo wo mo ko up and down ye say ye ko ne ye ba ye ko ne ye ba ne ade ye busa wo mo say frifa na ade ye mo se mo nko bi base ya ye ka ho asemi ye mo se mo nko ye de Victor ko na frifa mo nam no mo ye campaign obuso mo so ye PMFG People's Movement for Freedom and Justice enye party ne ye organizing nkrofo ne ye wi aye de bebre eye FP tienie esinu amahunu no a bia mpa ho asem nka no sipen busa frifa ne Pawuli ne akufu ado ne that time adubu ahe busa mo se Pawuli mo kɔ he de na mo se mo party no mo se mo nye na Victor ne mu Victor Usu de ani mu a hwa na we yafa ha na we yafa ne mobilize ne yese obusa mo so da bi ye nye na ye People's Movement for Freedom and Justice be power hall ye koye declaration Pawuli se no wada ye ene Kennedy Agyapong so wada wonti base bi asem no ye Agyapong so wada Pawuli star na bi ye made power hall o mo koye a wo mo ne frifa no na ye se ne koye na frifa de ne ka asem a wo mo so mo fanye campaign na adwene ne sanki ye fa Pawuli ne wi ayafo no asra ne me ne yankwa ye ne amfa na ne me eno ne bufu ye woje ne ka asinyina da se mu nsua bakosem ye party no sa base bi aye ne ade Kennedy no wanya kwase a wonko yi nanim sesi a no ko yi nanim amakase a twero ka ta yi ne was on onim ho hwe he said ye na nkrofo ye People's Movement for Freedom and Justice PMFG 79 ewi a kire beda ne UNC no ana base no base no amohwe ne din no wo de betumi ayo ati ne so obi ni hwesofo a party ni nya hwesofo ye nsua bakosem na bibi bobba kra ye hunu nsua Ye no party no kakra ye beba benya die nia me enkrofo say tam okasa bi amone Kennedy nkoka sipan 79 si we are chire 79 only ya call first round Victor Usu ene ayi ye kan say ayi Limai Victor ni Lima woka pa wule ni Victor vote bomu ananke ye biti Limai fe wo mo ye ne ye ka kire mo say de pa wule ayi Plimon samre fie meka ho lanu aba muntie ni yi Ulimon samre fie emeka Victor na Victor nye president ulimu sida edu second round omko declare ma si entuma Limai kogo die nke nkokona munsua bakosem will be na base na entimi nya hwe na entimi nya hwe election 2008 ye the 25,000 the BT akufuado and Japan teach na no nya 100,000 kura wotimi BT me say your chances mumma edwe no nkofom mumma dwe afefesem na mumma party ni nyansa mrem ne yen so be problem ni pa bi no empa no kura no ne tan katechi o tan me fa nya hwe mi nsuro mo be kura de so when you obey ndi apasika de mo na mo pe president de me bomba latin boy etie he that sorry say tie na say tie mumma bibi nkan kyerem so ye wini wi tie no kura no pipi mutie
Okateche free fa na yitinzema wode etudwa na chese sabre de se NPP for lose gada wo mote ho pa na chese bibi aginsem na ye ka kosi so omoda so wo monan egummonten so omode no keni ni mu hwe enenye hwe chiremu a loki no obekomu na Kennedy Japan so won the plans a wono so hyehye ewo akire bia obetwanya the base no fan base na ye solid o hwe a enimu ayeduru no be one session no akwa kohyemu a ebeye a very huge blow to the new patriotic party. According to Okateche free funny day, they should up their game with immediate effect. Said ebeye omo entimi enya effect ewo 2028 abaye be kwa akoto no eso. Now still on the base any Kennedy Japan and sensemo a ekoso no one person aside Okateche free fa nso ababonten ababekasa about the decision of Honorable Kennedy Japan to join the base and I say wo mama for ni dodium na wo mani muso kase ono nso afri NPP amanyoko ni mu kwa akodom the base ebe ha dwene efia pokua vim lady wakasa echemu say very suicidal just say ade bia ebe break Kennedy Japan the political career na say boom just like that sebe ono ankasa ne ebe ne wanwa he might think some man for dono any ade but so onim na o make sa decision na ebe ha dwene and amafo bebreka start tag alankwadwo tremanten ewo vim lady nsem o kan na se yenhwe alan and then yenim ne faith cry yenim baby owo enti asa nsem a vim lady ka no omo so no so anasa omo fo no so ekwan bi so vim lady yentie no embra.
If Kennedy Japan should ever think say on one kasa as independent a political suicide no no enti mo amote China mututugu ke na sum and onko independent no mo manako akọ committee political suicide but I think Kennedy Japan being the experienced politician he is I think he will not listen to that and he should not listen to that advice a political suicide and I'm person look at the history of Ghana presidential level. Any parliamentary level, the people have been bold enough to go to independent, then they won. But in terms of presidential, nipadu do say na ko independent o ma winning. Nipadu do say na ko independent. Nti mamu fasa apono meto Kennedy Japan tirim. Let him stay inside and peace in. So our agenda be obey against NPP, on criticizing within. No fighting, no more shapy party, no na party ni me ya right now. You see, and that is what I'm saying, say. NPP for not the last 2 weeks or the last 3 weeks, but catch and say, yeah, one cophobia politics, mommy a political teletabi, so me and collar, omuni experience, omuni knowledge. Those are the people that say biaba the first thing they do, no more at them. They are political teletabi. Someone senior media, say NDC, NPP. It is our own person obey political teletabi. Then you're not party now, you need to learn the history of the party. Now, call anima, you know how can you help in shaping the future of the party? And I know say Kennedy Japan being the kind of person he is. Because maybe I know when Kennedy Japan became MP in President Kufuor's time. And I know the first time I've come watching the Kennedy Japan by radio, so make us. What's your kasa? Or a businessman on the unpaid politics. I remember. So Kennedy Japan, the minimum. You see? And that is why I begin in that Kennedy Japan. Now, fire and Kufuor, no, did he attempt here and there? No, some of us, no. back in the day from Adumponi etunu for say masajai na be affect o. But that time you know ni presidential ambition be John oh same way. Oh say ye yen same ni enko. Today look. Some of those things na ba children. Although now clearly you can see the Canada Japan no, it's a different Canada Japan. But you see politics na it is adverts now here. Oh ton na ya ton. The question is whether what you are selling somebody is going to buy it for what you are presenting it as is. It is how person oh ton who say oh there we obi a oh there we cleaner. The question is whether nipa na person o ton no on beto that you are cleaner na and they will not trust you. And some of the things that Canada Japan in the past na but granted, I know he was very bold and very positive. Say or can't say Obia or ye no can no vote. I think that was a very pronounced. That was a very like a very not just interesting. It was a very bold and positive statement that Canada Japan here and they said no more bia no can no vote. Bawumia and we no more than it's a be changing down the line in part. For me, that posture was good. And that is why last time I said, Bawumia so should extend the hand. From day one, he's always a positive person. And from day one, Bawumia chess or a unifier. From day one, Bawumia chess or no supporting insults. But you see, Crawford Bawumia no mudidi attempt against their contenders. And I was about Bawumia no mukasa because you see, sometimes and yet they obey you. Yeah, law mukre will be a friendly agency. What you say? And I say, bet me a charge you be with say, cast a site will be for vicarious liability. We need pay bet me that subayedi. And your silence would why you can be construed. And remuno, you bet me a funny say, so why ye di, now I Shanghai, now I shany panic, just I dare not support it. And you be kakana that number, me a coach say, what him legal wise no. Because at CNBC, now they are against your interests legally, pecuniary interests. What you say, whatever interest. I was say one now who taking steps to say who the best what you say so that the law of equity will support you. Say no idea way achia and idea na achia no because they are against your interest. Until see ya now to one amount. But say what teda in the case of Bawumia, all those around him omoto abawi ya wa Bawumia see unity. Me I mean who video a year friends sticker crack or hage Bawumia and it was so beautiful. Look at Bawumia. Said the hage sticker hage no crack twice. On one Bawumia no crack hage sticker twice. And Kobi say anka sticker pa they want fire Bawumia kwa kodri. And so Bawumia hugged him. That shows you the man Bawumia who he is. He is a peace-loving person. He is somebody who supported Papa, unsupported Bonnie. But in so doing, Obian so or say or didn't want Bawumia. I also ye opposite to Bawumia image. No, Bawumia must fish that person out. But political teletubbies no. Political teletubbies no munche or politics mono. And your age in America, a experience in politics. Somebody like me who has covered politics for over 20 years. And that is no joke. And that is no bluffery. That is no friend saying puffery. I am saying it. I'm just being
for vim lady efia pokua na yetin semo awode etu dwana chese wo twema ebinum ho ma dwen ye tik ewo eye amemmo ene amanyosem emu enti se onkofo no wo mo ene wo mo tukemfo se wonte ne ho emfri NPP mu dia it is a wrong advice ene wo mo ede e man enti e maken e make sa decision but yeni akwakobo eye a post bi eso a echemu se allegedly no honorable Kennedy Japan with free NPP amanyuko ni mu kwata at this point no Ken is no longer in the New Patriotic Party and amafo busa how true is it because you share the energy in the past 2 days no Rebecca said the base for Ede Eba Ghana Hanum say and how they are all over the place with the launching and all that na now this particular post one Ghana one love Ghana and or this post way ababetu jana utie insema watchro to hone dia was say we love Ghana say breaking Kennedy Japan has officially left the New Patriotic Party and is set to contest future election as an independent candidate linked to the newly launched movement the base enti na chese wo twema abeto dwa se honorable Kennedy Agyapong say ya no ka say de we free NPP amanyoko ni mo a wo kogina eye independent all in the name of the base eye movement for fra yate e wo Ghana hanum say we ensem mo asisi abeto dwa but then we can ascertain the truth about this whole matter but we love Ghana and e beto it is the same way e wo eye Twitter eso anase X eso. Now in view of that no eye ejako wono nso emeka ne say a member of the base Ghana First movement no and as a party no womo akasa ensemba kumienu bi about the reason why womo hu ne say ehu behia say honorable Kennedy Agyapong ebe free NPP mu na afi womo ba together na the base netimi agina brane na 2028 ene NPP ni NDC aboni mpunimpu ama womo edi nkunimi sanse Ghana ehia amanyoku fofra ebetimi ama oman no etumpon na akonenim yentie ensemwe emra
2024 general elections na third force over command mama. I'm telling you. I said, Mammy Bisa, Sana teacher said, no, Ghana for Papa or MPP, but party band or what to a man. Tears are very a man is it in a year, and Rantiania Breno send you a motion, yes, ya, a very dear MPP NDC, so very in 2028 about
what's the me I working the movement, Yammy, say, and yet you wouldn't have food being any fun. You both in the fan, you been going or not just as I said, yeah, the man is and then the fan who said, yeah, I think there's a cock area actually. Yeah.
Abisia Ejako and in a team of the base members and our omo echemu say at this point no mo ne say 2024 year chemu abaye kokoto ye no say ye no na MPP ni NDC ewo eye serious mechanism bia other competitors enka enye se MPP foi ema o man ne basa na Ghana for empese omo beto ama NDC so sha de aye de unko MPP abeko NDC na say if it is not the left wing it's the right wing ni say omo no aba as the center force omo shemfinfin enti at this point ne de Ghana for in 2028 no will have a better option aside the MPP any NDC eno na ama say omo ani abre pa say e was say womo gather the youth of this country womo gather emabunu e wokrodum hanum say ema omo ehu say baby edro no there they do not have to do MPP NDC because MPP NDC for how long ni and MPP and NDC have been ewa bemu MPP ni NDC awa bemu ache na MPP aba na NDC aba recently NDC ba ye na nka yehwemu pa dia enka MPP ambe bom homodene me kire the nanado government ambe bom homodene enya de anka Ghana for would even think of giving a year John Dramani Mahama another chance in governance because onwankase munu he is off the list of Ghana for but na amanyoko bie ni wonoma sebe omo ebetimi take charge from the MPP and the NDC nintino na ewo se omo ekoto ema NDC sa nti say the base no omo aba no na omo aba ebusia as we can all see the base for chirima oma pom huntuma munso omo abeka amanyoko no ho ye hwe bia the competition no ebeko because gumu baye yehu de si ye the new force baye yehu de si ye ebeka ne say Alan Chairman onu nso na manyoko United Party omunso baye yehu de si yenhwe the base for so ebeye now yen free ensem we so na yenkopie mu ewo Koforidua metre Cof Town mene waka say a police for akwakochi enipa bako enson obibebusa say omo bone enesen on your screens wo be hu enwo kokko ene ebinu mu kotom si epezomi ene ade wo kire mu a sa enwi ukopie mu ewo Koforidua maame fo binum a wo mo no Sudan dai a ye fe no Sudi no ene wo mo de efra enwo no ma enwo nani be ye ko enti wo kona asu pezomi se we de ye zomi wo ko se pengo pa se we ye ngopa unhu de we ni te sa ebusuan sa na Sudan dai o se de a ye fe no Sudi no ene wo mo de afra eye nguni mu de mai. So on your screens, you know, or say please arrest 7 in Koforidua over suspected adulteration of palm oil with Sudan dye. International say gun police for akwache but obebusa say ban saying and a police for ikohu because why would you cry wo Koforidua and you realize that there are some spots and some towns wo mo bom ho modin wo enwo mu pa ebi ye adwengo na ade na ebi so ye nwo kokko ne ade say nwo kokko na ye die no ya de bebrebe kidney ni recently ye hu say na ohinini was pushing for plantain chips ye di gu maami so hwede abetodwa na chese enwo ni ade ye di wo krodwem hanom say no bebre na enye safe for human consumption. Now there is a report about betodwa on how police fortimi ekoche enipa nso ye dwedwemu ana chese Food and Drugs Board Authority and so eka hu bia enam so omu so boaye ema police for ekoso sa enipa nso we emu yenti amanebo ni mu ntwiri mu mbra
Food and Drugs Authority and penny for where chiemantem ha ena omo chese be na kakene afi twemu no ena omo ko ja so ekoso sa ngudi ewo honom ena omo de koye rihwemu rihwemu omo koye no na chese ye drobia wosu say sudi ena ewum eno ye dra sebio ye ma ho kwan say ye fa mfa na so ma ne de frango na ye gon sa be no na ye gon na omodo ena omodi aye ewuma abeja so na che so nkofo tugu so eto na edie for che so mo ye nhwem no ngule sidi wo no so what it in tempa ma enuma mo ton sa engo na omkochi omo na mo chi omo mo se ensi eseso mo bomodia na fa ema no mo ton ja so mo hwe ba bia sa engo efi ejomo de kodan post for one more central police station ewo Koforidua central na omo so beboa ene dey omo di all san tentente ena mako so ema enum enso pa ti ma sa eme omo no de engo no ebre ema enum a post for ene FDA for echo ma fi term no fe sudi efe omongo no we mu na de ngo no efi achem ma ase ena ede bre gadi for ene fi post for body ekuso mu ede mo ba omakachi na the side on ene mami Anita Kufo or ye kwantre for that Food Gas Authority no e we pimantem no chese amamra nefa ehye Agyapong den wo nsem no 2012 Act 851 HSA ye fa ne men enfa ne ma ye bi enu se ba ne sen na man bia wo mutum popa se omo de nyama sei ebefa engu normally abrem kofo ja so ma beton na atmemu fa akotadi enu nti no mo tu omo so sa no Oma koye hishoma gusa mpa so bi wom enti no maso mumu ene efi achema ato mo di bedrom ene ya wodai ewe jabuda omo ba be gini nyina na afi omo di akọ na oma ko hwehwemu se so na omo di kan enya eme du mo hu se so bi ewo mu no mo de ba fofoi ampa so bi ewo mu ana ne sayo nti ena oma kochi omo no na omo di kan che eme du omo bo ema di edu bidin a omo chese sa anwo no omo de brom sa ema no so no ene no bukra nguni bia wo yellow gallo mu a ene yachi omo enu nti no ka say omo police for akachi wo Koforidua Central Police Station yet to form ano na FDA for ede nguni bi akọ omakachi akọ yihwemu na se bom a emra no enye dom be gojina ne sayo no ena ye ne ASP Augustine K Asante Kufi a on ye crime officer e wo Central Police Station bi kitan HSM FDA for na ne o maboka so bom e di sa aduma nampa ombeto omusosa e ma be bibia efi emma ewudwom ende o ho ye crowd say ombe pie ho na mo fa nwo na mo kofa na mo koye hwehwem na mo se ewudi ana se dro yi bi ewo mu a ene downtown semba kwamro be fa so no wa obe nu hu say nti no ka say de post for any FDA for action hwemase ewo sa engo bone a omsese su di ewo mu a omutu ho anamo ye be se wa tire bia no ye mfa nka me ye tie for ne ya hefo
Panyifo se bra ombekodwa ahoro no so akohwe se enwu dada nyina ombetwini nyina fi gya so ahwehwe mama ye.
Okay.
Ebusia enchemu a eba with regards to enwo a amanfo nso a wo ewo Koforidua wo mo de o ma hye wo ho ahye bone na chese enipa nkwa ehia wo munti no sudi Sudan dai no na wo mo de fran wonimu ni ade se be ya nwo nani be ko enti FDA for edueduemu a kopie mu a sebe wo mo koje enwo ni bi de kofa mfidie mu no mu nse sana eniema ko Ghana for ready mu no no wonder kidney ni liver ne cancer ne ade adoso wo kodiem ha sabede ya che wo mo a emra no ene wo mo ekwa akodi ne sede a etie ewo honum ni nyina mu no with regards to nnuanidie ni ade ekoso no na no ada ye nyina ye nim reporter ebaaye from Ivory Coast na se Burkina Faso sorry efa intos ho mo tem se de wo mo mpene so ema yenkofa ntos emfiri ho biem ye hwa ade hye kowu ye because of ntos ni ade say Ghana anum say fruits and as vegetables nipa dodo na ye use day in day out short wa ye bre pa no tomatoes eno na enam so ema Ghana ban ede wo nsa akɔhye nkrata se with ejumeku a omudin ede Farm Gate Limited nsa nanti wo share screens so say Ghana Science Partnership deal with Farm Gate Limited to produce 600,000 tons of tomatoes annually. Na chese afibia no Farm Gate Limited aban enti ase apam enu omakono ene se tomatoes 600,000 tons ene wasa afibia no wo mu etimi edua de ema Ghana for na Farm Gate Limited no Ghana Agriculture Company a wo mu nso agric ya nnuama ndua bandue ya tosode ni ade ena Ghana for enyomo akọ sa entiase apam na no ena Ghana amanfo bi che it is a good thing say aban adwen ba fi omu say we have to use the people we have ya nkrofo na wo say yetimi ema wo mu sa adwuma no because ba bia edro no yentimi fa yani ento Burkina Faso fo no so sa ye de oyani ato omo so pen na de baaye no yenyina yeni ehu bia assistance now no say aban esigina ye say they are going to go on that tangent with Farm Gate for ebeboa pa and bebre na eni age say we ebeboa ama the shortage of tomatoes there pricing hike in tomatoes ni ade nyina no ni nyina ebetimi abrase now there is entremu a deeper version of somewhere for the contract and I said the partnership Farm Gate for any mechanism Ghana buying assigning now the ministry lead the signing of this partnership no Ministry of Food and Agriculture and on your screens or say Ministry of Food and Agriculture Farm Gate sign tomato production deal na said the ehunu no say there entos ho enkwa atwebiem na yababe su ewo Ghana kodwem. So the Ministry of Food and Agriculture has entered into an agreement with private firm Farm Gate for the production and processing of tomato for the Ghanaian market. Under the agreement, the ministry would provide the enabling environment and coordination whilst Farm Gate leads implementation, production and value chain operations. International say Ministry of Food and Agriculture na womudi animwa womani Farm Gate for akwasign sa contract say dem kan no na ewasante ase apam no emu no womo ehwe kwan say Farm Gate for womo ebedi animu na fe eba no ntos ni dua ne tete bibia bebi ebechichede akwani ade nyina na womo ebebo mo homoden aboa ama sa adwumedie no etimi akoso enti sabe amene wo kase de wutumi say Ghana we are heading towards somewhere say aban nan kase ntimi nya I mean we've seen Akufo-Addo planting for food and jobs and at den just say ya ye niema bebre sebe na ye hwe kwan se nkebeboa ama enuane ne ade no ne bo akofam because ye dua bi utie Ghana for bebre sentiment e brand tosi ase a ebeto dwa so se Burkina for so mo ma ye nkofa ntosi o mo ha. So all the things people are talking about is the fact say ensa se da ho and so as in the den ekuafo okrodwem ha mo the opportunity na omunue duantos na yenya Burkina no ada Ghana yenso yentimi enue bia na enen na aban so se na omo plane enti omo plans no na succeed as abrede omo ene eye farm gate for akọ eye entiase apam se de be ya wo mu ebetimi ede entos nnuaba no buso ewo dwaman so esan so mo abedua ewo krodua mu no matete bibia ede aba ntimi no ka say de looks like maybe in some time to come, a few months no you be say entos ebebuso ewo man, because it's throughout the year 600,000 cartons there enya de ketwa. But the amount for we person who into details of the agreement and saying the be how are the tomato traders also going to benefit from this partnership deal near the idea. Yeshe ni mu kwan sem repamuno the Ministry of Food and Agriculture bitimi aba abonten na wo ma be chechiri mu de amaye menyina yenya ye ho entiase. Now yemfri tomatoes ne enwonsem we so na ye ko enyinam kanea ensem so for some time now no I shall forward a test, especially the Ghanaians and now better fun it medium light 4 hours 3 hours 6 hours and I know dear be omudum ne de enyasem ketwa omudum ade ne sis wo so na 12 a.m. 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. Now to say yes, heat akọ nipa redeem. Now man for chem say it is not new. We know Mahama ne doom so de 5 and 6 so. Mahama ba penny aja to say we are in the era of doom so. And so when the President John Dramani Mahama wakasa chem say opese Ghana for ye nyina eti ase say de ekeka ni nyina anye no kre. Say doom so aba no. Doom so bia emaye. Na mom changes be our more year about a year transformers ahodo no looking at a year nipa dodo as say umugu transformer ba koso ni ade na ehu benya say omo be new transformer boosting the there na te say nkane na gina brand ti nyina no nsiesie enye dum so nti yenko na yenti President Mahama nsemo de tuja
as 1980s when we started the national electrification program. At that time, the population of Ghana was much smaller than it is today. I think some 19 million or 18 million. Today we're 33 million. And it means that all our communities are expanding. And so if we take the example of the transformer in Ugwa, in Lashim, which was 22 years old, you can imagine that the transformer was installed 22 years ago, and since then the community has expanded beyond the capacity of the transformer. That's why you have the lights being very unstable, and for many years ECG and NEDCO have not done a mass replacement of transformers to upgrade the power of the transformers to be able to meet the growing demand in the communities. And so the minister made the request and cabinet approved it. The Minister of Finance came to the assistance of the Ministry of Energy, and I've acquired a lot of transformers for installation nationwide, currently 2,500 transformers. And so we're going to see stable power after this first phase, and like he said, after that constantly we'll keep taking out the old transformers so that Ghana can have stable power. And so like he said, I'll appeal to our people. The outages you are facing are not doom so. It is to enable you get better quality and stable power. But like he said, anytime they are going to replace transformers, to inform the people in the area so that they are aware that their lights are going to be put up for a while until the transformers are installed. One of the things that I'm happy about is a lot of these transformers are produced locally in Ghana. They are made in Ghana, transformers. And so it also helps to multiply the benefits that our country is making. I'm looking to the day where all our transformers will be produced locally, and we'll be able to stabilize the power situation in our country. So well done, NEDCO, ECG. We must just now improve our customer response time. And so we need a system where when customers call, there's a quick response to either rectify faults or something. I was discussing that with the minister yesterday. So I'm sure he'll get back in touch with you to see how we can get some proper call centers and employ young Ghanaians to sit there and respond to people when they call reporting faults, and then we must have teams that are responding immediately a fault is reported. So after stabilizing the power, we need also better customer care and a quicker call response time. So thank you very much, and God bless you.
The president of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, and Sema Wode etu Januni tie no na chese ni nyina kosi a transformers no a wo mo ede ehhye no mo ye ne se ebeboa makania no egina a endundum no Ghana made na se Ghana heya and wo mo sa transformers nti enkan hu no se nsesan a wo mo ye de aboa Ghana fo enye dum so se de hu no nti wiase afa na se Ghana hanum nyina no and wo mo ye sa changes nti ebedru mpotemu a ehona abehu se nkania ni dundum ni ade nso omunya ye wie pe obehu se bibia atoyie ama kania bia nu a ebedundum biem nti no wote se obi kan o baabi se dum so na aba enwo se wugidi se really dum so na emome so hu ne se esiesie na wo mo ne san nti no President John Dramani Mahama wakopiem wo netcofo akachia wakwakoye inspection of the transformers wo mo kwako installing the various constituencies and districts na ama enkani asem no dum so no ni nyina ejai yenhwe video no embra.
We have them as two different voltages, 11.5 and 34.5. So some of the networks are rated 11, others are rated 34.5. So it is rated where they are supposed to go according to their rated voltages.
Yeah. Okay, we can go. Yeah. Everything keep coming. Yes.
So what we have, the transformers we have on the trans are the ones that have just been delivered last night and early this morning. His Excellency, as you can see, we also have them of similar voltages, and these are also distribution transformers. Yes, so these will be offloaded today as part of the consignments that we have already.
The President John Dramani Mahama and Wobo Pro share the new transformers the energy ministry no wo mo acquire wo mo distributions in the various districts setting it up so the beya kania nsem no ebetimi akoyie na enya afei na we bedum na ja we bedum na light we bedum ni ade debi enti me no ka say the President John Dramani Mahama wakasa de afa enho ni nyina mu no with the issue of inkania honsemo kukokoso no one person na ono nso ababe react to this whole inkania nsem issues ni ade social media influencer Ama Berland ane wachema she was in denial but otimi say dum so asa babiem and amafo bisam say and they say they coming to start the mechanism mobilization and the dum so campaign wo kodwe mu ha na akose Ama Berland eden ho bejim say dum so has returned na AI nsem p but some Ghanaians are also saying say no cre cause e bi mu chema enam yenu a whole day ni doom light e wone bro no so kra onnim dia ekoso for Ama Berland to come out and say first no na dada ne ho say doom so by say do hwese de name si kone dia na chese we are in the era of doom so but President Mahama so chem say we are in the era of insiesie eno na nam so ama the ministry of energy the energy ministry no omo nso aba abonten aba be twetwemu de fa insiesie we nyina ho niema a omo ya enu nti no ama amanfo bi no mu believe say doom so na aba no ochem say nyesa enetie se de Mahama kan no sa pepepe enetie na say siesie no a na amakania no entimi engina so yentie ensem a efi the energy ministry for no ebae
to see for ourselves what is ongoing. If you recall, a couple of days ago, we announced that we are undertaking a comprehensive overhaul of the distribution network. This very transformer that you see being replaced, it's been here for 22 years. And 22 years is quite a long time. So we are seeing a massive upgrade of the transformers. We are starting from Accra to Kumasi and across the entire region. It's not just the ECG areas, but also the network areas. And as something of this, we undertook a comprehensive review of the distribution network. And the results show that years of underinvestment, aging equipment, and lack of investment have really strained the distribution network. So even as we are having enough generation, there are some pockets of challenges when it comes to distribution network because some of the transformers are old, some are overloaded, and we need to inject transformers. What you are seeing here is a national exercise which aims to address the challenges that we are facing. I'm very happy with what the engineers are doing. I want to thank the President for his leadership and also thank the Minister of Finance for his support. ECG intends to change over 2,000 distribution transformers. That's never happened in the history of this country. That's a massive investment. But the human element is also very important. And that's what I said. That if you're a district manager, you're a regional manager, we expect you to be up and doing. And a lot of them are doing a very good job, but we need to do more with others. And so I've asked the MD to set key KPIs so that we can monitor everybody. It's not everywhere that you have electricity 24/7. There are times that vehicles run into pools. There are times that normal challenges occur like any other country.
The Minister for Energy and Aviation say at this point, they are trying to debunk the rumors of a Doomsaw being back any other because the campaign of Doomsaw no asking kitten shasi internet so I'm for Chima said then can need doom any day omuni say a Doomsaw and a sayaba. Now so according to the ministry no person say Doomsaw enyambai na emom the changes of transformers are because the load on some of the transformers say no abroso ama the transformer no nti say changes will be made and that changes and the year huya omu ye adwuma we den a emu bedum ni ade and amankania no entimi engine so a yehunu say Doomsaw and asan aba no but then the truth is that Doomsaw is not back ebusia saying and a mampany and in the ministry no womo catchere said Doomsaw enyambai intienya botoyemo after the installation of the various transformers would see change in the lighting system Ghana Hanum is say. Now in other matters, one of the issue are trending this month emuno efa Richard Niamakwe and the ex-wife Madam Joanna na you the back and forth near there with regards to court no ne judgment or mama Joanna Queen so I call for appeal any idea in some na bebre me no ka say yensa aka mekane say court and sembia betoja say Richard Niamakwe na or abuse ne yere or assault no you can say abuse and the ultimate say abuse more abuse but I'm sure a lot of us would want to know what this kind of abuse etie and answer kwan ben so na Richard Nian Amakwe assault ne yere Joanna. Now we share screens so abehu say ye de enkrata bi ato screens so sankrata no emunsem kire Richard Niamakwe the year no nsema wo dia betuja from the legal practitioners Dami and Partners for ho and Dami and Partners legal practitioners and consultant. Now one more than krata we command the Inspector General of Police yera tete Yohonum Christian say onhwemu esan say we share tifia sem now or say status of complaint of assault and physical abuse lodged by Joanna Kwe against Richard Ni Ama Kwe. Into see we act for Miss Joanna Kwe until 20th January 2026. The wife of Richard Niama Kwe, our client, is also the mother of 3 children of the marriage. Our instructions are that in the reaction to persistent abuse and violence she suffered at the hands of Mr. Richard Quay over a period of about 11 years, she was compelled to lodge a formal complaint with the Ghana Police Service dated 9th December 2025. Into omutrema afie twemu no December bosom ni de toso enum ena maame Joanna Kweyi edukodan police force say in her 11 years of marriage yani abuse atete brone ade wafemu no ena wokoye hu complain ma Ghana police for or say our client's complaint bordered on reprehensible instances of physical violence unleashed on her by Mr. Quay whenever our client had cause to complain about his unbridled infidelity. Into omuchema abribia no se Joanna Quay kasa edifa Richard Niama Quay empna twe ne ade a wo twe wo monten so anie beti na sum wom ene etimi bu na wo chen punching bag enti obedbedan Ghana police force say the alarming tendency of Mr. Richard Niama Quay to kick, slap, punch our client and whip her with his belt whenever she complained about his unrestrained infidelity is supported by video evidence and recorded in judicial proceedings instituted by our client for a dissolution of the marriage between the couple. And to muchema the nam so Emma omawari warija ye sha ase no e video former message Joanna Quay edukodan police for a ubehu se ni ye bona sum ni ye woni mfim ni ye the belt ye de hwe no ni nyina Richard Niama Quay nsan no eno na ye ngina so a wo mo edi egu omawari no say in a horrible show of chauvinism and to subject our clients to further grief, indignity and humiliation, Mr. Quay would on certain occasions seek to compel our clients to have sex with him on returning home after spending weeks away with his mistresses at various locations. A resistance by her resulted in merciless beatings and withholding of financial upkeep for the home. Enti omutrema enye Richard Niama Quay wotisi dwom sa no Salome ne base ya na opeso wo hye ne yire no no atabe omu nso ekodwom kakra na ne yire na mpene so de enye beatings be what otumi bu na face sika e wo so de manu kra no onfa se sika no man. Also, we are instructed that our client's complaint was referred to the Domestic Violence and Victim Support Unit, DOVSU, which commenced investigation. We are further instructed that an earlier complaint lodged by our client relating to Mr. Richard Niama Quay's brute effort to cut down a door to our client's bedroom in a house at Dansoman, Accra, has been pending for the past 3 years with little or no action having been taken. And to omo trema complain when you na ako ema semino omo refer here the madov sufo ebiemu nso no another complain ya na efa Richard Niama Quay ope kwan bi so senka wo bebu Joanna Quay ni dan ni what Dansoma nanka wakoremu be mfim yensani still na womonte humpupu ye bia in Ghana police for eho. Our client is seriously concerned about the seeming apathy and lack of interest in complaints of violence lodged against Mr. Quay. Whilst recognizing the prerogative of your outfit to investigate matters bordering on the commission of crimes in Ghana, we implore you to, as a matter of urgency, take steps to deliver justice to our client. The deplorable actions of Mr. Richard Niama Quay violated our client's dignity and rights as a citizen under the laws of Ghana. The manner in which the police service handles the complaints lodged against has far-reaching implications for the confidence of the ordinary Ghanaian women in the criminal justice process in cases of domestic violence and abuse. Into omuchema eyo mwa se besinde complain ahodo Joanna Quay dia koma Ghana police for no wo ma ye nhwehan wo ho omunsi ginaye bia nothing has been done so far na omuhwemu so Ghana mbra no ma kwan se obi betete obi mfa hodi so, and that is exactly what Richard Niama Quay aye into omuhwe ni mu kwan sa police for ebedi djuma e de afasa complain we nyina ho. In this regard, we respectfully request you to confirm the current status of the investigation into the complaint of physical violence, abuse, and other criminal conduct lodged by our client against Richard Ni Amakwe, including the Dansoman incident of 3 years ago, and steps being taken to bring the suspect to justice in accordance with the criminal laws of the Republic. We take this opportunity to renew the assurances of our highest esteem. Yours faithfully, Godfred Yeboah Daming, senior partner, and copied the Honorable Minister, Minister of Interior, copied the Honorable Minister, Minister of Gender and Social Protection. And Tinache Sotimu say, mame, and I said the ex-wife of Richard Niamakwe, the lawyers for no, she has been abused severally 3 years ago. Of de biani ebununi kikene ni ade complaints ni nyina enkodru babia na sa engina so we impotite enti ena o maware no womo say womo edeba ewieye enti sabre de Ghana police for mpese womo timonka no mu sa asem no se mo ahwehwe mu akwa kodru sen isanse video evidence ni ade eka ho a womo edeba enti se by now de enka Richard Niamakwe asotwe bi e wo honom no mo cha ase se mo de ma no ni nyina mu no ensem na transcend utimi se Richard Niamakwe ne yiri nsem media amanfo bebre eni ewo mesanse asem no atransenia kwa kopiemu internationally amene wo kase an International Association of Women Lawyers ai chanti ase feda no wo monso ababe kasa intuition screen so say an International Association of Women Lawyers has raised concerns over aspects of a high court divorce judgment, including Ghanaian businessman Richard Ni Amakwe and his ex-wife Joanna Kwe, criticizing portions of the court's language and reasoning and calling for reforms in judicial communication to uphold gender sensitivity and dignity of litigants in family law proceedings. And the International Association of Women Lawyers and omuchimu say womo follow mekane say the proceedings and namso Emma Judge Nino ebeka say divorce Richard Niamakwe ne yere Joanna Kwe divorce no enema nkama me ne pen watete so ni ade no omo ni se emra no ene ma me ne ndi ni ye enti there should be a review omo nko revisit judges for no enhwe nsem ni mu biem no mu review because say omo amfa obuo ene tema amfa ma Joanna Kwe as a citizen of Ghana and as a woman asebe wo se emrano edidi man na say judgment no mu make ye no ase emfa kwemu but then yen nyina nim say Joanna Kwe ankasa no wakosiki appeal with the judgment by on her divorce with Richard Niamakwe. Enti international bodies and so started say omo de omo ho eji me bi no mo said this could be a factor beboa with her appeal no because appeal court ni be hu say a lot of international bodies are following keenly and closely on the proceedings of the case and maybe they might do what is right by Joanna Kwe. She baby ensem no ebeko akodru one person I won so about out our be lambaste Richard Niamakwe very well Saliman. Now Saliman akasa ochim say from what is happening in the or tete the ekosu ni nyina no she could say maybe the man ni ade Richard Niamakwe lavish around no enye dia maybe he's just a caretaker now wacheche mu di ntia wo kasa ensem we yentie no ye ba ye beto ansem no so
me 2 cents ni me dia minjin di say Richard Niamakwe sika ne ye ne dia me mamaga minjindi ifilisi obi die na odi ama no ana ebia borrowed times wo so ana ebion pakọ na kire no who to give the money to enti no ebia no nti no ntumi emfa nhwe eye no mofra no na se be ma wotena ho na be ma side chick we dey nya side chick because e clear was girl no your corner page so near kasa Mrs. RNKA one give banking that yes am na for rest ask scammer no on the banking da so on your Mrs. na Richard the obet na won chair do abre no ono no do haja for real no haja for real wo ja ne ne obepesika ni o chair wo What you say because you pa fa wo pa to hajia for remember wa date ho. Wo pew. Abomlik shoe ya na chewu. Wo pew. The next available flight beba. Who ye party be a Davido ba ho. Who the way I don't head Davido no. Wo ebefa wo say e fa rapture no. Ana wo hajia for real. How dare you? Who abayu ya wo yes scammer. Wo ye kromfo. Now so ye Ghana for your mal grace. Who posting wo bofra no akra girl no. Na me da bia me bompa ba Nyankopɔ me so ma ga girl kromfo imra. No me hye ne ma o ne ba na wa wo no no. Who kromfo mpo ye mal grace. How dare you? How dare you say be man hye nimba board na wo. Nimbofra wo. Na wo tibi kwatena be man ni fie na wo flaunt ne cars. Now we flaunt bear manager padia any udim. How dare you? But the why who say what we at to free. Now their suture will beba. Their suture will beba. Would you also mre? Krono every oba we every when yesika who ya mema. Wo waketi ya beba. Na me Bible ni di. Bible ni say bibia obeye bia beba wo maso wabofra na wawo no no a wo ye innocent no ono na wo pave way ma wo boni ni nyinara ebeba baba be di ni so ana Joanna onyankopon hira wo because some of us no papa ne ba ya no o chie sika ye hu so ye fake aye me dese wa ma ewiase nyina hu nipa kura be ma ne ye because you can't feed kids outside. Now we mofra etna ho no munya aduane ni Joanna why are you the boldness na wanya e dia be
Abusia Saliman and industry gatekeeper ono ene ekoti nsema wode etum bonten so na chese wochema there've been rumors ni ade ekoso say Richard Niamakwe onhwe ne mano ane na se ukiteska we nyina nanu ada odi ni birthday no so oche gold bars any ade recently so yehun say na oso woye more like you can say a party o say then dia ma ne workers ne no so e ko invite hu Davido ni ade so if you can do all these things now to me hwe won ba dia ene ekobra na be ka asem foforo e fa kire e no e na chese Saliman atoto dia ma Richard Niamakwe e bia so hajia for real so say she's a scammer, she's a thief into one year hu na ani say who scamming kofo e there you definitely steal people's husband as well because on be denying that say oni Richard Niamakwe sebe she eni omuntem bi omo ye namfofo keke but ebi so chem say ebia just ebia before I charge for ye tete say some people are connected near there for all you know allegedly no ebia na is because of that deal no and amom ye so close but ama for trema e was a court etimi di nokre e was asem we mu na say nokre say the abuse any nsemo a abetodwa from the legal practitioners of ex-wife Joanna Queen no credia and the Richard Niamakwe it was say emrano etimini di said they say we are still on this case I monitor updates be ebe no ye de ebe bremo now yen consent for so also for baako or trending and he has been trending for a particular phrase this nonsense must stop Reverend Lawrence Tete amafo be started so more dragging no LGBT nsensemi say ane LGBT during NPP amanyuko no apenso no that is the Kufado led government who say why billboard kakraka and this nonsense must stop ning enough for LGBT edu NDC there why din enka hwe emfa this nonsense must stop no eno ko grant interview busia interview no so e de asem fofraba esan say amafo dragging papa asem no kokan ye no ho na asem o kan nyina ne say it is impossible says eba ne sen ena yetimi esi radio station e wa Accra hanom say ni ye katwi na che say enkran na say ebusuan to kwa ye ko from Obake to Akwa Bani nyina say aba radio stations for eso because ena adenti na abeko airport na abeko ko Akwa Aba instead of Obake moya ye say Obake so Obake ye de kwotale ho afei de edru tree speaking channel so I say no adenti ena nkran asase so ena obesi a tree speaking station nke wo say nkran ne eka. Now the question people are asking is enipa dodo sen ena wo krodue mu hanum say ya sebe wo mote nkran no ahe nye twi na na yedugu so ewo krom ha amanfo twi papa no sre ene abasa ewo social media eso. Now yebekọ ne yakotie said ono ankasa etu nanumutuo ewo nsem mehu a amanfo chem said this is not good. I mean as a man of God there adenti na wo se oba abonten ebeka nsem bi sei yegitumu a enye yenkotie Reverend Lawrence Tete said wo de nsem etu dwa.
It is a message that God gave to me, the absurdity of life. This nonsense must stop. It's not only about LBG. LBT is one of the nonsense. But that's not the only nonsense that must stop. One of the nonsense that must stop was what I spoke to you about this morning. That you sit here in Accra and speak only Twi, and you don't speak the Ghana language. It is not fair. Absurdity, it must stop. What is this nonsense must stop? This nonsense must stop is something that is not right.
Reverend Lawrence Tete and I watch him say and some work no and yet just this nonsense must stop and ye ma bebre ne hihye sum up to the nonsense must stop bako. One of the nonsense that must stop no say yes trees channels wo enkran for asase so na say no ubesi channel a whether radio and say bi o say ga usi ya ni na start ni e ba be kankran ni ade and a man for say how can a man of God meaning say mo dey enka preach for unity diverse. When we are talking about unity, we are talking about diversity in culture. Yen nyina yete ye ho ase yen nyina ye nipa baako so mo ba sorry dem mo ba be ka che say we are one people. And so if we are one people adenti ena if we are one people, people cannot speak their language in another man's land and so aye nsem bebre na the dragging no more dragging no ama for dragging na kwakotwe video bi kra beto monto mu chem say from what this man is saying no omosha or a fake pastor. Now they are trying to say that based on a miracle be a nano ada ebeto just wa perform e de ama brand bi no omoshem say from what he's saying won't me we sofo na say won't me preach event saying unity and oneness and you are rather bringing division ewo Ghana fomu now is all the miracles you've been performing no ni nyina ye fake. Now there is a video of one miracle he performed that a man for kan ho asem den dem james we dey ye gitum kre ye it is a fake one. Yenhwe video number.
Can anybody see? Can you see? This is it. So this is what he was shy about. God says he revealed to reveal. Spirit of God, this is no longer static. This can only be you doing what you have asked us.
So this is the video of Reverend Lawrence Tete. For him said they no mu papa we pa ibinu chema said they mu follow the ministry and the dragging that they are dragging this man because of the fact that Ochema one of the nonsense that must stop no and he said sebe channels ahodo a bank ran ha nyina no omu katwi eno de yes omu gitumu a enye but then ebi no mu chese so osofo obetimi e create this kind of enmity between two tribes na how do we call you a man of God again? Whether you are a destroyer, not a man of God. Comment ahodo and a man for a make because of ensemwa Reverend Lawrence Tete de ato and mountain so ni nyina mu no ye dragging no ye drag asofo foforo enso e kan wo mjem say kra de ama ya bre asofo a ewo krom ha eno ntim Pastor Elvis Agyapong of Alpha R amanfo binum aba bonten asha say dragging na lady baako e de aba betu dwa say o share the current state of Pastor Elvis Agyapong otimu se papa no mentally no ne ho enye na amanfo say on what grounds, on what basis and a lady betumenya akukudura beka say Pastor Elvis Agyapong yare I'm mentally otimu say the man is not stable ono ankasa atwe nsem ni mu na yebegibre na yate e de free ono ankasa eho intie nombra
Alpha hour o judgment day aba. Yes, o judgment day aba. Mo de mo say ye wu a ne ye be judge no boa. There be ye judge mo wasasi ya so. because we deceiving the patch, especially the youths. We deceive you, and I will use you more. A day, Japade, ama uma, you were bushing for. And I won't can okre and chere youth. Would ye pim Africa, Ghana youth, ye pim, say ye be ye nim. Na yati a free slavery, hono. Would ye afa Elvis was the one tikasa. Mama warning, sir. I was the one tikasa. Was the Ubetching sign. And newo, dear would do it, Diano, Ubeka. Emma, we are singing na you. We deceiving the pa. We used to Bible. And a deceiving the pa. Deceive youth. Eda down. Say Yankupombi or Bible. Munyankupombi was real. And I would in young. And I would sit down. I can see. We in Japan. And we are watch road book. I come on some monkey kind. We are watch road book. I come on some monkey kind. Book na ye Japadia to say the wire will Napadia nibi. Oh, so someone to casa me. Dear would be an ube chat with judgments day abba. I so trick a seer and also because you Nankasa one you look sick. Like you look sick, you are when you're mentally sound. You look sick both spiritually and physically. You look sick. Na me catch you. Say. In Siona we use no. Anymore. You people you mo use nature. Edi ye mo nyama. Mo wi ana ma be catch any passe. Ma be catch you to ne say. Omo mompai enfre Bible mu nyame. Mo. Omo ni mo bedi. O Elvis what time aso. Elvis, what time I saw judgment day about I saw one pay more over cover no master. Over pay more cat or bonnie. Maria singing that because a nature anymore. I'm telling you, nature doesn't know you because se won't to me bonnie dean a bedroom. Secretly onimu obie nimu enkoma asofofo ni nya no nipa biara o use nature ede ye ne niama na on to me mboni din public na o ye niama wo secret obie nimu nyina mwewie ya aba mu nyina mwewie ye aba mo beka mani mu nsam ade bia amafa nature so enya bia enya modia ni wraba ani asase ya amaba meje madie enya modie meje madie asase ni nya obi adia me maba me be charge mo Elvis we yes we deceive you to no you say omom paye enfre Bible mu nyame meanwhile so yo enye Bible mu nyame na wo yusu omo ni wo bedi ye na nanom moja omudi hwie egu maayen aye pema koye nim na mode mo san ye chi no omo ene wo so bedi they will charge you so obeka we no monster you look sick like you look sick and you will look for me. You look sick, both spiritually and mentally. You won't look well. You look sick because we trantrache. We deceive you to nache. Now we in Japadie. Ma we no ma we watch your book ama of you to nese on kind. Kwa kan ebe si dan ni bia ma omo. Omo ka kan a ebe se dan ni bia ma omo na mo deceive nipa we are betina ho say ye na nanom somaboso ene you will last warning like me ma warning bia ene twato bie wano fa wano na wo didi nchene wo didi moko na fa kabium na online me say ma catch you say tum jai say won to me mbo nature ni din in public car private ye nimu so don't come and fake because your end time is here.
Abusianfo enti na chese ni de asofo e wo krodum hanum sei na wo mo ho nsem ene o mapa da montin so yetwa ball mo left right center front back baby chese lady way in question no ono angasa no muji ni de enye because she doesn't really look okay to talk about Pastor Elvis Agyapong de wo awini ma afa afoi agyewa ankoka ene aya we are aya into aya ene we check comment section na say under this particular video the shade of mutual lady we no na say otimu say it is better so sometimes so to hwa obeka wanu atum chance oba bekika ensem de asofo ehu eno ena sabre de ababeto mountain so now yemfree alpha insensem so ene past Reverend Lawrence tetensemi so dia na yekopie mu wo President John Dramani Mahama ni nua bema Ibrahim Mahama ne camp na yenyine nim se Diamond Mines say ababe di ni ho after say Goldfields for exit the mines no or no and abedi ni ho there's been a whole lot of back and forth be saying ni nua bema no wa ban munti eno magye ama no e bi kra be to just say was started process ni kra na ni nua no emma power but finally ade no abeka nensa now wa shed a man for bobia amafo chim said that is a good start ni yehwe nim kwa say ebebe mu nti wo screens so say within 6 months the man will have an airport. Ache say be busumi nsie mo mbe start wo mo operation ni ade ni de daman krono enche wo mo ebenya wo mo ankasa wo mo airport plane betumi etu abesi ho any ade amafo chim said this is a man, this is a visionary man because yen share all the number of years Goldfields for awo daman de pa no matimi aye de abo akrono nothing enti sababe di ye die mu na se o adwempa the Emma Crewman for now. It is a good thing. The entire politicization near the na ye no near your politics for who near the and no dear and fashion ba amount for abo a year Ibrahim Mahama Abaso when the thoughtfulness a big chema he can do it because he share and wow they buankro for surgeries near the idea Kofi Adoma is not an exception no dear na the amount for a who say omo ade say every Goldfields for abedi Ibrahim Mahama engineers and planners for nsem ne de there is something good coming up for Daman crew no nyine mu no I started up some conversations any other because so oka say enche omo benya airport the question is engineers and planners entering into aviation any other idea ho na yede tweet we better screens so amount e be chire mu a someone is going and someone is coming. Who is going and who is coming? Enti Usha we Jata Aviation. Now there's a tweet attached to this. Usha and Semo Abrantie no etroya na chese wakan kosi say then times no na yepe one of the aviations ubetimi abo mudin akadun say simpie so akase this is one of the best aviations we have in Ghana na Ebeka ne say Magdan inti ya omafo edu ene tweet ye eno the picture we can was say Magdan Aviation out Jata Aviation in inti we hwe nse ma wode tu dwana na chese say we hwe car na ekọ na ya cho Jata Aviation Jata so de onyi se hu Jata pe we hwe Ibrahim Mahama ne private jet ne kra Jata ne wo hum ne cement ne Jata cement so that means say is Ibrahim Mahama and as engineers and planners aside mining ne construction ne ade omo ye se omo di aviation be ka ho ana na se Magdan na wie ya aba no onu ankasa no se de remonacha iyoko boss edina famu no ne warehouse a ye dwire gu okopie mu wo Accra International Airport nso a ni space nso ye chemo the rent car ne ade we breach contract ya to mu nti se the Magdan Aviation no ase na wie ye aba ne sa sabe de it is Jata Aviation ena womo nso eteso ene Kofi go amakam ane obia eboga beba nti se nipa ne boga aba pa no enye obi ase engineers and planners wo CEO Ibrahim Mahama Manfochim say yes, that is how it is, that is how we are running the government now. Ebia for all you know no Mahama ko na NPP for ba Magdan ebesan ejina na namonso ebiem na yebehu say Ibrahim Mahama will exit, but video bia abetodwa with Ibrahim Mahama nsema odi tudwa na yehu ni say it might be difficult even if MPP ba power for Ibrahim Mahama to be out of the scenes. It's answer what Chema ne Diamond Mines opportunity ya and the minds na be engineers and planners for the through the former president Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo ena utimi enya sa akwanya no ene ehonum ababeka eye nensa. Now yenko na yenkotie onu ankasa enchiremu a wode mansem we.
So many are the other people from Ranger. But after 30 years I asked myself that, look, can we just still be contractors? We can't do that. After 30 years, I just said to myself that, listen, and Goldfields offered this mine to me. Point of correction, I didn't just spring up to say I want to own that mine. Goldfields said in 2022, we're going to close the mine and we want you to take over, but we'll sell it to you. And I said, you can't sell it to me because you cheated me all these years. So you have to give it to me. So we agreed. They told me to go to government and get a no objection letter. I went in there. And I must thank our former president, Nanado. He gave me a document to sit with Goldfields and negotiate and keep the mine going. When I did that, unfortunately for me or for EMP, I got called by the CEO of Goldfields and said, look, we have a challenge here working here. How are you going to do it? I said, oh, leave that to me. He says, no, he wants to know because they want to hold our hands. So, me being too known, I went and opened my mouth and showed him how he would do it. Then he later also said, they'll change their mind. I said, no, you can't change your mind. You told all of us you were going, so please go and leave us to do. Fortunately, government came in there and said, look, they'll hand it over. So we engaged government to let them know that mining is not just buying equipment and working in there. It is the key people that you need to put together. So I said, look, if I don't do it today, there's no Ghanaian in this country who can run a mine as hard as Damine, because Damine's rock is the hardest rock in, would I say, Africa. So even when you bring machines and you have a life of the machine to say you get 10,000, you never get 10,000 hours, you get less hours. So I engaged government and told them that, look, we'll have to do a big cut, which Goldfields would have spent about $1.4 billion to do it. But we know how to do it because we have all the other satellite pits to be able to feed in to do. So we did a bankable study, we looked at it and noticed that we could do it. We approached a few of the banks. In here, the bankers are here. One has given us 650 million, another 600. They are competing against themselves, but before they won't follow us. But thank you for coming. I would say that, look, if we all put our minds together, this is a success story. And the plan I have for that mine is not a joke. I just want to prove that we can invest in ourselves in this country. I want to pledge, I want to say it for everybody to hear. I got a text from one of our young men in here. It says we should build astroturfs for all the communities, which we're looking to do. We've applied for Damine to have an airport. And Damine, within 6 months, will have an airport such that we can fly to Accra easily from here. You should have said all that I'm saying. I won't pay you this month. In the next 2 years, we'll be able to drive from here to Cape Coast on a concrete road or an asphalt road. I beg you, this is not political talk, this is real talk. We're looking to put hospitals. I saw the youth. Is the youth here? The Damine youth, where are they? Not Damai alone. Is it Damai and Ateku? Or we will put it together and Aboso. So what I want to say is that whatever money we make from here, we will reinvest it here. And I want to build my own personal house here. So I'll be living with you, Nananom. But thank you very much for giving me this platform. They didn't want me to talk, but anyway, I just said, let me say something. Thank you very much.
Abusia CEO of Engineers and Planners, Ibrahim Mahama, and I watch him quite almost so at Daman Mines, Ebeye Womudia. Already no engineers and planners na womu eye juma edema gold fields. Womu di omo excavators ni omo machines ni tutu nyama bi ni ade edema omo abrana womu air mine Daman Mines honum no. Nti na say when they wanted to leave no and Onusuhuni said this is an opportunity. He went through the right process. President former Akufo-Addo when denying no the privilege to have access to the place where the nkrata ne ade koma now so sha edru baby no na gold fields for person omo ye smart nanka omo san ye turn your back on him so wa ma ho kwan sa ene amadaman mines ababe kanensa and utie entremu a wode mane dia na che say in their quest to mine at the mines Daman no they would reinvest much of a year the omubenya biano krono so that is utia yedika can the airport pathway or say in the next 6 months no there should be an airport to train astroturfs near there and so wombe ye bi Daman ama kroman for no NFA hospitals near there muhia ni nyina no it will be provided said the krono developed because if they are going to make money from a krono eswa at least kroman for no so they need to have a little bit of benefit from them Amanfochim said this is the kind of people we need. These are the kind of businessmen you hear businessmen womo pesika mom hoko they are still thinking about their people and this is a good one and utie kra na chese wo trema wono akasa no kra no wo be pese wo be si ni fie Daman krono esom na woni temamufo honom ni nyina can live together as one people eno na Amanfochim say we dey say Akufo-Addo enim ho bi dia ene o say ebo mampani former president Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo abasom say bia wanye no amanyosema na say bibisa na ohun say he deemed fit to execute the job on the field because engineers and planners or more any year good field for no juma for quite a long time a year site honoma now he was equipped to do the job and as it stands now we are looking forward to see the progress and development ebeba Daman krono eso ebusia that is all about Ibrahim Mahama and engineers and planners. Now, moving on to the next in Semwa Betoja. For some time now, I said, now watch mu quite now watching me and send me a for some to a singathon. Any nikunu Mr. Kofi Edionu, they've been trending for so many reasons. At some point now, utie and semni bia na echego ewe internet ne so anache say it's very very devastating if was antoa enti Ghana for bebre na rally behind the man omuchema the man is quiet, he's innocent, he's a good man. You just said was supportive fast and during the singathon na and if wa egu n'anim ase na reho only for us to wake up almost say they've smoked the peace pipe if you ask Antoa and no they are better to ni kunu omuchema na chese menteme nwa se ni confusion ni ade e course so e ma ne ba out ebe kasa ye ni ade nyina no se de oni ni kunu Mr. Kofi Edionu omatimi esiesie wo montemo a say de entokwa bi ani ho menteme ho ase bi ani ho they are at peace and they are continuing their marriage. Now there is a video omaye ababetu montizo Amanfochim say papa we one my third person one my just say obi awari asempo de Ghana fochim mo nka bi mu da de Kofi Edionu de ayo mu say be say mu voucher man mu di na chi bi mu twabo efu asanto ane ade san ye beke bia mama wetwa U10 ewe yeso de a ene eni wawie ye nka wawie mu nsem ebi mi enhwe video no embra Abusia, that is a video of Efwa Santoa any Nikunu Kofi Edionu and a who say Omo my couples vibe. You know, we used to see them like this some time ago after the singathon. No be who baby abe who Efwa Santoa, be abe who Nikunu, Mr. Edionu, ye kwa crown Efwa Santoa or hima say no die chile no krani bagum or two kwanye odine two krani bagum or co program just say omu ye videos no omu or dressing kunu girlish. We saw all this before they break out and then omu chemu said they've made out and they are together. Into from the video no na utumi say the person omu che say entokwa bi eni ho e asumdwe nko enti ye na ye take sides no say one side na okwa take because say now take for Santoa side so obema na no otwa no no one na kwa akobom e na se na wo take Kofi Aduonu nso side Kofi Aduonu nso one ne kunu one ne yere Efwa Santoa wo mo asset wo mo dispute wo mo aka wo mo ho abom. Now a lot of reactions have come out after this particular video mo na bi just post up papa we ye tawachi a enye ye say the tinton time nobody is going to support you again. You are on your own. Munya asem mama mo mekanche ama ebi no mo kra mu say this is a conniving something wo mo share that just to create some kind of can say presence on the internet because omotiasia enye say asembe all of a sudden within 2 hours or 3 hours musimu aka mo ho abomu ye jitu mu enye e bia na planting kunu ni oyere omo ye e na omo de ebejimi Ghana for ebi mbebre achi omo adwene e wosa ensemwe ni nyere mu no Uber driver bi akwa kans sebe ne ho aba beto amonten so over an alleged food theft. That is a chiremu abrante oda screen si Prince Mawuli. Oye Uber driver na enchemu e ba ye ne se obi aye aduane ho delivery eno no eno de aduane ne ko se besi ne na Prince Mawuli de aduane ne be kwa yentimi enchire ama amanfo bebre ahya ase bone chem so chemu se a nice man like this na aduane de the kwa the bed I mean what are you going to use it for o de ye den I mean ye dream ho ye nte ase obi si we deliver aduane fa aduane ne kwa o de aduane na aduane. How is this possible? Am for start to say wo mo drag ya brantie e de ni details ni ade ntu hwe or ye courier bike ride with Prince Mawuli and a date no 17th April 1:12 p.m. and oye yokofa aduane no now osha ni other details ene ewoso no aduane no nso a ankodrum nti wo hwe nipa o post here say an Uber Eats driver Prince Mawuli is alleged to have disappeared with a 420 food order meant for delivery to the Foreign Affairs Ministry after cancelling the trip midway. The customer is demanding a refund from Uber. International say omo trema Uber Eats, which is also part of the Uber for services no. And Prince Mawuli trema obi aduane a order cost 420 Ghana cedis no. It was so could deliver aduane no with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs wa oje aduane no according to ensemo a ye tweet ye ne de he cancelled the trip midway and as the customer no and aduane no ne de an o demand say omo be refund ni sika e de amano amanfo etwen ensem no ewo social bi kra chemu say we enya de foforo Uber for ne de omo ta ye Uber for nkwan delivery services ahodo no it's something they usually do. But then in the midst of the chaos and the dragging near their air cost no me no ka say ensem beto dwane etwem said the Uber delivery rider pays for undelivered food na say wakwakotua aduane na nko but wakotua ka. So following recent report Prince Mawuli is alleged to have absconded with 420 food order meant for delivery to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration. According to the CEO of Rad Kitchen, Raymond Ade Dankwa, the rider, who is also a student of the University of Ghana, contacted him the following morning and later visited his office to explain the incident. And Duomo Trema, the CEO of Rad Kitchen, ono ena eye abrante ko peki aduane ne apa na wo sen ko deliver aduane no ewo eye the Ministry of Foreign Affairs ena aduane na nkwa nkodru, which is 420 cedis. Ye chema abrante, he's a student of Lagos. Na aduane nkodru no ansem ne started say echo viral no ade chenye no wakofre eye Rad Kitchen, the CEO eye Raymond Ade Dankwa no. See, Prince claimed the delivery was not cancelled but was aborted due to system failure. He also stated that upon arrival at the destination, he was unable to reach the customer as the phone number was unreachable. However, he neither returned the food nor informed the restaurant about the situation until the issue went viral the next day. And so much Prince and yes, what said that and no cancel right no, but rather network in sensem any ade no ema went me and reach out to nipa na aduane ne ekode amano no okodru on so went me and reach nipa na enu nti na ma ensem no ekoba ne sa. Now there is a video the CEO of Rad Kitchen, Raymond Ade Dankwa and Prince Mauli Asia omudi nkomo about ensem no se di esie yenkwaji nchire mu bra.
Prince, like I said, see, that is what happened. I'm here with Prince, the gentleman that I made a post about, and we are trying to resolve the issue. Okay, I remember telling you people that immediately he picked the food, we got a notification within seconds that the trip has been cancelled. Now, I've showed him evidence of it, which he himself has confirmed. That yes, this is what really happened, and in any case, everybody would have done the same thing. But the fact that he came back to me after the post, somebody called him. Okay, I believe that he didn't have any ill motive, and I said maybe he wanted to steal. But unfortunately, this is what really happened. He called the line, but just that the line was not going through. And it because one picky, he didn't call us before getting to our place. He didn't have our number. Even though we had our number on the package, it escaped him to even cross-check. Same way which we didn't have his number. So I had to make that post just to alert Uber. Because this is not the first time this is happening. Exactly. I showed it to him just after picking the food from Rad Kitchen. Few seconds away, the trip was cancelled, and I've showed it to him. He will bear witness to that. So, please, those of you sharing it, I beg you. He's a student from Lagos. It has already happened. We've resolved the issue. He has made payment for the food. Maubia and Tagino, in terms of say he was stealing the food. I beg.
Thank you so much, sir.
Abusian for a year Rad Kitchen CEO Richmond Ade Dankwa and Prince Mauli and I who say Umudin Koma Muche Muse and yes we did no Edrane na se bibisa name the circumstances are na surrounding then no it's a network failure and I think so the fact that Prince Mauli not only contact to the restaurant any idea and usha be a baby or call no and the baby restaurant or best sign that she were who in a day he has to make money on to me and go in circles because of a year Medriane ba akupe hu enti ena eba ne santi. I think say woman so make at the end public after the customer no to aduane no Rad Kitchen for ne ho no ebe ye complain say aduane ne nsan kan no na chesa akoye say Uber Eats driver no or the aduane ne aduane but nchemu ne say wan fa aduane no anye den anwane nemom ne contact any system failure ene ma went me amfa aduane no anko ba bi e wo say wo de ekọ but nini nemu no aduane ne de nipa no ne 420 cedis na omo de akwa no asem eden asem ekwadwan de nsanka ba nisika ne de nsanka bi che say it is not something new aduane awi a dos wo krodwe nye aduane kwa even packages any ade amanfo wia e wo krodwe mu hanum say enti no wo mu hwemu ana che say it all boils down to the system ebi no mo target Sam George grass e we nyina ka wo jurisdiction system no ti mo bom homoden na munye bibi emfamfa ho ebi hyen da mo ase se munya abede hwen Pinaxtv suni.